Cluster receivers to the right. Alex Smith, he'll turn it back right. It's Tyreek Hill. He's at the 30 of the Cowboys, 25, running out of blockers. He's at the 20. Hill's inside the 15 to the 10. 5, touchdown! Kansas City! An incredible play!
That was the Hail Mary, one of 20 50-yard touchdowns in Tyreek Hill's amazing career. Wouldn't mind seeing a few more of those on Sunday as the Chiefs take on the Cowboys. Hey everybody, and welcome into our game preview this week presented by Crown Royal. My name is Matt McMullen, and this week we're joined by Mina from ESPN, one of the absolute best in the business. She's going to help us break down Chiefs and Cowboys. Mina, how's it going?
It's good. I'm extremely excited for this game, probably more than any other game this weekend.
Yeah, well, certainly me too. Huge win last week against the Raiders. The Chiefs feel like they have their mojo back going into this game. And a matchup between two division leaders. Wouldn't have said that just a few weeks ago. It's a very exciting matchup here between the Chiefs and the Cowboys. And first question for you, the Chiefs offense. You've kind of maintained your faith in the Chiefs offense all year long, which we certainly appreciate. But coming into this game, they really, like I said, looked good, looked like themselves against the Raiders last week. A classic Patrick Mahomes game with over 400 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Incredible stuff from him. What was the key to the offensive success last week, do you think? And how can they keep that rolling here against the Cowboys?
Well, you called it a classic Patrick Mahomes game, and in terms of the outcome it was, but I would say in terms of the approach, still a little bit different from past years, given the way the Raiders defense is playing them. I mean, the Raiders defense played a lot more single high than we've seen other groups around the league playing the Chiefs, but they generally, did what a lot of defenses are doing in terms of just sitting back and trying to force the Chiefs to beat them underneath. And the Chiefs did. And to me, that again continues to be sort of the key to the success. It's not a particularly original point right now. I think everybody's watching Kansas City knows that whether or not the offense will produce comes down to whether or not Patrick Mahomes is able to make those kind of plays underneath that lead to yards after the catch. Through the first 3 quarters of last week's game, I think Patrick was averaging something like 6 air yards per target, something low, but they were getting something like 7 yards after the catch. And when you're able to do that, I think, and methodically work your way up and down the field, you can succeed regardless of kind of what you're getting on defense. I'll be curious to see what kind of looks Dan Quinn throws at them, because that Cowboys defense, even though Quinn does come from the same sort of coaching tree as Gus Bradley, has actually been pretty diverse this year. They haven't played a lot of too high, so I'll be curious to see if they do that. And then to your original question, I'll be curious to see if Mahomes thrives in the same way he did last week.
Yeah, it should be interesting. This Cowboys defense having a lot of success this year. Number 10 defense in the NFL in terms of scoring. Some great players like Trayvon Diggs leads the NFL in interceptions, and Micah Parsons has 6 sacks this year, so good young playmakers on this defense. You're right about Patrick Mahomes last week. He actually found Darrell Williams a team-leading 9 times in that game. So, yeah, finding the underneath stuff and taking advantage of what the Vegas defense was giving him, letting guys make plays, and guys like Darrell, that incredible touchdown catch, the guys certainly made plays for their quarterback. Now, looking at this Dallas defense, is there a matchup or two that you're watching between the Chiefs offense and the Cowboys defense on Sunday?
Well, you mentioned Darrell Williams. I think the Cowboys defense, which is obviously vastly improved from last season, can be run on. And we do know that's not the strength or a point of emphasis, to put it gently, for Kansas City in the past recent years. But that'll be there, frankly, if they are willing to take it. And I expect Dallas to give them light boxes and encourage them to do so. So I think situationally for Kansas City to take advantage of that will set them up for success and give Patrick more opportunities to make plays off of the run game. And, the whole Dallas secondary, you mentioned Diggs, but really the other corners have actually been playing really good football as well. Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown. To me, I'm very curious to see how they try to defend Travis Kelce. I kind of feel like where Kelce has gone, the offense has gone in a lot of ways, because the typical answer to those shell looks is Travis Kelce. So I think if Kelce can kind of get off the line of scrimmage like he did last week and be as open as he was and give Patrick that outlet that he so often leans on, then I see Kansas City having a lot of success against the Dallas defense.
Yeah, Travis said he got his swagger back in that game, so seeing if he can carry that here into this one. He's the kind of guy that can turn a 2-yard catch into a 50-yard gain. So that would go a long way in trying to beat these Cowboys on Sunday. Now, looking at the Cowboys offense, obviously having a lot of success this season. Number 1 offense in the NFL in terms of scoring. Playmakers everywhere. Guys like Dak Prescott, a quarterback, having perhaps the best season of his career so far. Guys like Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Zeke Elliott, list goes on and on. They really had a ton of success this year, except against Denver, oddly enough, a few weeks ago. What was Denver doing against them to find so much success, and how can the Chiefs try to replicate that here in this game?
It's a challenge, I think, for Kansas City. I mean, the Chiefs defense has played much better over the last few weeks. Obviously, not the caliber of competition they're going to be facing with this Dallas offense. But you've seen Steve Spagnuolo, your defensive coordinator, has made some adjustments, I think, to kind of protect his personnel more, a little bit less blitzing, a little more cover 2. And it's worked, you know. I think, frankly, against Dallas, you almost want to, setting aside what Denver did, which was, you know, their defense is very complicated. There's a lot of disguise, the secondary is very good at working together in terms of passing off players and all of that. I think Kansas City, it really is like about kind of keeping it simple in the back and almost doing to Dak Prescott what defenses are doing to Patrick Mahomes, keeping everything in front of them, forcing them to work their way, you know, up the field methodically, which Dallas has shown a willingness to do so, and then seeing if you are able to get them into 3rd and long, whether or not the Chiefs pass rush, the standard rush, which I think has improved a bit over the last few weeks, can just make a few plays and perhaps create some opportunities for Tyrann Mathieu to get the ball.
Yeah, that's what we saw last week, right? Is the pass rush really heating up? We've seen that over the last several weeks. And then just playing opportunistic defense in the secondary. 2 takeaways last week, and we've seen the secondary playing really well over the last several weeks. So hopefully they can keep that going here against this Cowboys passing attack. Should be a lot of fun. This Dallas offense and this Dallas team in general is playing very good football, but the Chiefs too are heating up at the perfect time, and it would feel really good going into the bye week with a 4-game winning streak. Mina, awesome stuff. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.